Hello, folks. Welcome to the Quarantine Zone. This is number 21, and it's a really special one because, as well as Facebook, we're also going live for the first time to YouTube and even Periscope, if anyone remembers what that is, which is like Twitter, the live thingy on Twitter, and yeah, did I mention YouTube as well? And also Twitch, which I cynically just signed up just to broadcast this today. I don't really know what Twitch is, except that it's for gamers. But it's also a very special one because I have the amazing Brigitte Beraha with me. Hey, Brigitte. Yo.
Hey, hi.
How is my pronunciation of your names?
Well, perfect so far. I didn't hear the last name yet. I just heard the first. I missed the last name. Sorry.
Okay, no,
Say
it's
that
fine,
again.
it's fine. Let's see how we go. Yeah, so, everyone knows that to be a success in music, you need a great singer, right? So that's definitely Brigitte. And today's going to be really cool because whilst most of the Quarantine Zone has been reimaginings of my own music, today we are going to have two kind of standard tunes or more normal jazz pieces for you. One of them is very much in the canon, and one of them is a little bit less played by people these days. It's a little bit older. Um, anyway, yeah, let's talk to Brigitte. So, Brigitte, aside from um, these videos,
Hmm.
okay, hang on one sec. Sorry, I'm not sure if we're actually live. Let me just check on Facebook. Amy? Oh yeah, we are. Okay, cool. Sorry, that was so unprofessional. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Yeah, I wanted to ask. So we
Yeah.
haven't really spoken that much about like lockdown and COVID in 2020, except for like, hey, Brigitte, do you think I should like do a guitar solo on this tune? Or we've only been doing music. So how's it been for you?
Yeah, it's been I suppose well, when it first started, I think the first month or so was very much well, what I wasn't doing very much actually. I was just feeling guilty for not practicing and not doing anything. And then the guilt changed into, no, you know what? I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm okay, and I have the luxury of being at home, and to actually enjoy the spare time
Mm,
that all of a sudden we're being given, and to just actually enjoy it, which is what I did. But I didn't feel I didn't have any creativity or anything like that. I just yeah, just enjoyed the space. And then after a month or so, I then started feeling like actually I'm ready to sing again and play some music and write. And it was lucky that people like yourself and other people got in touch to collaborate, to do some remote collaboration. So that was also really like a really nice way of kind of going forward without having any gigs. So it's been okay all in all. I think it's been really nice lately to get the not having any gigs and actually practicing again and getting into a routine and reading and writing and listening
mm.
to music. So, which I think I'd sort of lost track of a little bit before the pandemic hit.
Yeah. Actually, that's the theme of one of the pieces that we're going to play, actually, the
Mm.
one we're going to play first. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. Um, Brigitte, I think there's an echo your end. I don't know if you can,
Yeah, there it is.
if you're
What do I
using,
do about it?
if you're using the headphones are definitely plugged in, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's only mild. But if you maybe turn the volume down on your phone or I don't know, it doesn't matter actually.
On my laptop. I'm on my
Yeah.
laptop. Let me turn this
Um,
down and then see if that helps.
yeah. So,
Mm.
yeah, I just had this idea that some of my tunes would maybe work well with lyrics and things. And I approached Brigitte, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll try this, I'll try that. You know, I got this poem, I've got that," and it was really cool. And a couple of the pieces just took on a completely new life. And we were talking, Brigitte, about, well, it's really nice when you don't have to explain everything to someone. And I just said, "Oh, you know Theo Bleckmann and Ben Monder?" And you were like, "Yeah, like Late by Myself, Late Green," like started naming pieces by them. And I was like, "Oh my God, this is awesome." You know, I've never known anyone else who actually is aware of that duo. So that was really cool. And I think we definitely tried to access some of their aesthetic on the first piece. But I sort of then went back and checked out all of your back catalogue, because you've been busy, man. Some of the earlier stuff is like, there's lots of Brazilian music and standards and that sort of stuff. But you've also appeared in bands with like Dave Mannington, lots of odd time signatures, really hectic rhythmic stuff. And then the Lucid Dreamers EP, which came out recently, is just completely so open and atmospheric, and a different journey and a different angle again. So thanks for all of that music.
And, well, thanks for listening. Wow.
Yeah.
Can't believe you listened to all of it.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe I skipped like one or two songs. But tell us about Solstice. There's some exciting activity with the Solstice group,
yes.
right? This week.
Yeah. So Solstice is a sextet. It's a band that started a few years back, all friends. So Solstice is Jess Franks on guitar, John Turvell on piano, Tori Freestone on saxophones and flute, Dave Mannington on bass, and George Hart on drums. On the two albums. So we released an album, Alimentation, a few years ago, and now we've got the first single that came out this week of the next album, which is due to be released on the 26th of February, called Food for Thought. And the first single is an amazing tune by Jess Franks called PTSD. So it's it's quite intense, but also beautiful. It always makes Tori cry, actually,
Wow.
and I'm always on the verge of crying, but not quite. I think Tori, it hits specifically that kind of nerve with Tori. But yeah, so it's been out on Monday, so do check it out. It's I can say that it's a really beautiful tune, and it's one of those, for me specifically, one of those challenging ones where I've had to sing, quite crazy intervals, and a little bit like the kind of as we were talking, the Ben Monder, Theo Bleckmann thing. It just says there's a bit reminiscent of that, actually. So yeah,
awesome.
That's that. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing it. Actually, I haven't heard the single yet, but Jess Franks, he's an amazing guitarist and writer, and I feel like he's been quiet the last couple of years. Maybe that could just be from where I'm stood.
Yeah, I think as well, he's been we've been playing a lot of music together because of Solstice, so we did quite a lot of touring. But maybe, I suppose, he's been doing quite a lot of teaching recently, so maybe that's why you won't have heard so much of output as such, because he's been he's an amazing teacher, as well as yourself, as far as I hear from students. Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good. Yeah, I mean, I haven't got sacked yet. That's the thing. In life, people don't always tell you, yeah, you are doing okay. So you just assume if you don't get sacked or arrested, that everything's fine.
As far as I'm aware, I hear you're doing fine.
All right, cool. So. Everyone, it is Bandcamp Friday tomorrow, so you can. I'm pretty sure you can get all of Brigitte's music on Bandcamp, and also Solstice. Support artists at times like these. Also, my album, which came out on July the 24th, you can get that there as well. Do get it if you haven't got it already. So let's just go back a bit then, Brigitte, to 2010, 2020, and our first choice of piece. I suggested the tune "It Was a Very Good Year," because because I like the tune, and I actually really like the Eddie Harris version, which is super cool and really swinging. But then when I listen to the Frank one, the lyrics are like, I don't know, kind of lame. And you were like, and you only want to do that one just so you can say, you know, it was a very good year. Ha ha. Of course, that's like sarcastic. And then you suggested this piece. So do you want to tell us about the piece? And then
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
play it.
So when you so this is a piece called Some Other Time, which is a beautiful standard by Bernstein. And you know, when you mentioned it was a very good year, I thought that's the one that came to mind. I thought it's sort of related in some ways, but maybe with a slightly different message, which is maybe a little bit more topical and slightly less sarcastic. And beautiful tune that I've heard. I heard amazing versions by Andy Bay. And who else? Tony Bennett, I think,
And
and
Bill.
Blossom, yeah, and Blossom Dearie. So I suggested that one, and you suggested a different one, and we thought, oh well, why don't we cross? And you start the one I suggested, and I start the one you suggested. So I thought that was an amazing process. But anyway, yes,
Yeah.
this is
It was completely crazy. Like with this one, I was like, okay, what key? And you were like, I don't know, around G. And I was like, is A flat any good? And you were like, yeah. So I was like, okay, I just recorded it and sent it to you. And then with the piece that people are going to hear at the end, it was the opposite. You just recorded vocal, like pure vocal direct. Hello, Arlene Small. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is cool. The comments come up on the thingy now. With the second piece, Brigitte just sent me pure vocal track, and she miraculously stayed amazingly in tune. But with this piece, I just recorded some guitar, and then you added the vocal. So let's hear it. This is Bernstein's Some Other Time.
Where has the time all gone to? Haven't done half the things we want to. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. This day was just a token. Too many words are still unspoken. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Just when the fun is starting, comes the time for parting. But let's be glad for what we've had and what's to come. There's so much more embracing still to be done, but time is racing. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time, some other time. just when the fun is starting comes the time for parting. But let's be glad for what we've had and what's to come. There's so much more embracing still to be done, but time is racing. Oh, oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Oh well, we'll catch up some other time. Some other time.
That
I like the end.
Yeah, you know, that guitar is like a wild beast, and it's so bright sounding that you have to really try and tame it. So that's why I was like, I think that was okay. That's what that exhalation was. But yeah, beautiful, Brigitte. That's so nice.
Well, they sounded beautiful when you sent me the track. I was like, yes.
Oh, wicked.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't like, oh, that's rubbish, and redo this and that. And yeah, so the whole theme, you know.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he sucks.
Oh, well.
I'll just collaborate with someone. So the theme, yeah, everyone, don't worry. If you haven't learned 15 new languages this year and traveled the world and done all the things you wanted to do and run marathons, it's okay. That's what I take from it anyway.
Yeah, agreed.
Soulful people are enjoying it, Brigitte. There's lots of nice comments coming in.
That's nice.
Thank
nice
you,
to know.
Zeba. And thank you everyone for tuning in. Annalise, Benjamin from Germany, Wicked, Arlene, Zeba, Amy, Russ, nice one. And John from over in Limerick. Hey, John. Awesome. Okay. I haven't actually written down anything else to talk about, Brigitte.
You're not curious about anything else?
Well, we do have the second piece. Oh, and also a funny thing. Check this out. I love the Facebook time hop thing. I don't know if you have it on, but this was 17 years ago. Check this.
Wow.
That is at the Bongo Club in Edinburgh. Is anyone watching from Edinburgh? Do you remember the old Bongo Club down by the Pleasance? That's my 7-string guitar before I dented the side of it. Hey, Bertrand's there. Alexander, Andrew. Thank you, everyone. All right.
Wow, that's amazing. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no worries. It's like me, but you know.
No, it's great.
So tell us a little bit about the Lucid Dreamers thing.
So Lucid Dreamers is a new band which started off last year, at the end of last year, for the London Jazz Festival as a trio with the amazing Tim Giles on drums and electronics, George Crowley on saxophone, clarinet and electronics, and myself on voice and electronics. And we played the QEH, the Queen Elizabeth Hall, which was such a beautiful room to start the gig. And then from then on, I thought, yeah, this is great. It feels great. We're going to record this. And we got amazing Alciona Mick on piano on board. So we recorded the album in January, went into lockdown, decided to release it in July on Let Me Out Records. And yeah, so it got some really nice reviews, and hoping to record to record again another album. The annoying thing is that since that trio gig, we haven't actually done any gigs because of the obvious. We had some really nice gigs lined up, but which will hopefully be rescheduled in the new year. So that's Lucid Dreamers. I've got some. The great thing in these few months, is that I've been able to write more music for it. So we're all ready to go. Just need the gigs.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, vaccine, on the way. Hopefully it's all gonna be cool, and maybe 2021 can be, be a
Fingers
good year.
crossed. Yeah, definitely.
So, Brigitte, I was wondering if you could weigh in on this. I don't know if you can see this comment here. Can you see it?
Oh, you look like Sting.
Do you
This one, that one.
Yeah.
Is that me or you?
I'm going to assume that it's me. I know Arlene wouldn't say that to you. Do you think that's true?
Maybe a little bit, actually. Yeah. Now that Arlene mentions it.
Okay.
Maybe
That's
the bit here under the chin.
Unfortunately, my bank account doesn't look like Sting's bank account. But let me tell you an interesting fact about that, which I always tell my pupils to register their compositions and things like that. So, Brigitte, do you know how much Sting earns every day from the song Every Breath You Take?
I don't.
It's estimated that it's around £2,000. So,
wow.
Do you know how much that Sting earns from every breath you take, for every breath that he takes?
No. Not good at maths. Sorry, not good at maths.
Rhetorical. Well, it was that sort of average resting, respiratory rates, assuming that he has them, he earns about, I think it's 10p per breath. So there you go.
That's pretty cool.
A little, factoid for you folks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So that tune, Some Other Time, was from On the Town, the famous musical that also contains New York, New York. That one, which I have to say, I'm not crazy about that tune. Maybe I'll.
Have you checked out Django Bates's arrangement of that? That's pretty cool.
Now you're talking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But that's what I mean. It's like, is that still the same tune? It's like barely, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what I think. But so anyway, this is one that. So Brigitte, you sent it to me. You sent me the vocal track, and it was in F. And that's a bit of an annoying key for my tuning. So I tuned the whole guitar up a semitone, which I've never done before. And it was, so it's quite nice and bright and sparkly and stuff, I think. And then that's going to be it. So I'm very grateful to Brigitte for hooking up and being open to doing these collaborations, including the piece that was broadcasted. It's been really nice. And we're doing some more.
Thanks so much for asking me. And I have to say, before we leave, that just to say the first, the two compositions that you sent me, I had heard them before, but just hearing them again, they was just like so beautiful. So it was really nice to put, attempt to put some lyrics onto those incredible tunes. So we've people would have heard the first one. They haven't heard the other one yet, I don't think. So look forward to hearing that.
Nice one, Brigitte. Okay. Well, let's go over to the final piece. Thanks so much, everyone watching. I'm not sure if anyone's watching this on YouTube or Periscope. Alonso Zayas Bazan is watching from. Alonso, are you in Costa Rica, man, still, or are you in New York or something? It's been a while, man. Thank you for watching. But I don't know if anyone's actually successfully tuned in on Twitter or YouTube, but if you have, thank you. And I guess I'll check afterwards if I messed everything up or not. But I'm going to try and continue doing this as many Thursdays as possible. This piece is A Kiss to Build a Dream On. And I first heard Louis Armstrong's recording actually in a video game in Fallout on an old crackly radio. and I just fell in love with the tune immediately. And so when we were talking about standards, I was like, I love this tune. Why don't we just try it? And so here it is. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Alonso, yes, I am still using the same tuning. Hey, Costa Rica, man, you got to be our one guy tuning in from Costa Rica. Thanks, dude. Thanks everyone else. Ivo's tuned in. It's lovely. The live crew is the best crew. We appreciate you. Thank you, Brigitte. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, man. Thanks, everyone.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Give me a kiss to build a dream on, and my imagination will thrive upon that kiss. Sweetheart, I ask no more than this, a kiss to build a dream on. Give me a kiss before you leave me, and my imagination will feed my hungry heart. Leave me one thing before we part, a kiss to build a dream on. When I'm alone with my fancies, I'll be with you, weaving romances, making believe they're true. Give me your lips just for one moment, and my imagination will make that moment live. Give me what you alone can give, a kiss to build a dream.